Hey everybody, Elliot here, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today I'm going to be ranking every Summerslam and main event on a tier list with Summerslam in 2023 happening on August 5th, and we are nearing that date very soon. So we're going to get it going, and I'm going to rank every SummerSlam and main event on a scale of epic to bad. It'll either be epic, great, good, okay, or bad. So, let's find out what we got. To get things off, we have SummerSlam 1988, the first ever SummerSlam to ever take place. The only thing I really remember about that show was, I believe this was the show where the Ultimate Warrior ended the Honky Tonk Man's Intercontinental Championship reign. And who knows, could this be the SummerSlam where Drew McIntyre dethrones Gunther and becomes the Intercontinental Champion? Who knows? But the main event of SummerSlam 1988 was the Mega Powers of Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage versus the Mega Bucks of Ted DiBiase, Andre the Giant. So, I don't remember much from the match. I only really remember the Ultimate Warrior stuff. But from what I remember this match, I don't remember it being necessarily bad. So, I think on the scale, with it being the first ever SummerSlam main event of all time, I'm gonna put it in okay. And then we have SummerSlam 1989. It was Hulk Hogan teamed up with Brutus Beefcake taking on Macho King Randy Savage and Zeus. This was the debut of Zeus. And I wouldn't say the match was necessarily bad, but it wasn't good either from what I remember, so I'm gonna give it an okay. SummerSlam 1990. This was the Ultimate Warrior taking on Rick Rude. Was this their cage match? Again, I think this is one of Warrior's better matches. I think, and I do like Rick Rude. I think he's a very underrated star. I don't see many people talking about it. And I didn't think this was a bad match either, and I actually think it was one of the better SummerSlam main events. And so I'm going to give it a good. I think, it's not the best, but it's not bad either. So I think I'm just gonna put it right dab in the middle. SummerSlam 1991. Is oh my god, it's Hulk Hogan teamed up with the Ultimate Warrior to take on Sergeant Slaughter, Colonel Mustafa, and General Adnan. Colonel Mustafa, also known as the Iron Sheik, may he rest in peace. He died earlier this year. And I know this was during Slaughter's Iraqi sympathizer days, and I don't know really what to say about it. Probably one of the worst matches as I've seen. Probably one of the worst SummerSlam main events. It's definitely not a top SummerSlam main event. I'll tell you that much. So I'll say it's like low okay, high bad. That makes sense. SummerSlam 1992 is Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog for the Intercontinental Championship. This was a fun match. I haven't seen it in a while, but my god, this is one of, if not the best match in SummerSlam history. It's not my personal favorite. I think of another match, but you know, this one, not only does you get the British Bulldog getting his big moment in his home country at Wembley, but there's also in a way boosted Bret Hart to the main event and seeing because the end of the year as the WWF champion, and the fact that, according to Bret, Davey forgot the match and how the match was supposed to be played out, and this was done on, like, in a way, on the fly. Well, that's very impressive. This was definitely one of the better SummerSlam matches, best SummerSlam main events I've seen. SummerSlam 1993, Yokozuna versus Lex Luger. It's Japan versus the US of A. They had Lex Luger win by countout. They made Lex Luger look like an idiot. No way to spin it around. Luger looked like a dumbass. So, okay. He gets a match at SummerSlam. Then it's put into the contract that if he loses, he can never challenge for the title again. So this is his one and only shot at the title. He gets Yokozuna out of the ring, but it's not like he won by count. Like, he was struggling to get Yoko back in the ring in the continued match. No, he just stood there counting along with the ref, and and him in the locker room are celebrating when he wins. And it's like he actually won the title, but he didn't win the title. It was just so stupid. The finish is what brings the match down from, I think, a good or so match to just okay. Because I think the match itself was okay. I think it was a good match, but the main event ending, no. That was a terrible way to end it. Alright, now we got SummerSlam 1994, Undertaker versus Undertaker. This SummerSlam had my favorite match, and that was Bret and Owen in the cage match for the title. That was an awesome match. It was one of my favorite cage matches, one of my favorite SummerSlam matches, one of my favorite wrestling matches came from SummerSlam 94, and it was Bret and Owen. But they were not the main event. The main event was Undertaker taking on another Undertaker. And I don't remember this match being good. This match was bad. And speaking of bad, SummerSlam 1995, Diesel and Mabel for the title, also terrible. 1995 was a horrible year. The only good thing I remember about SummerSlam 95 was Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon in a ladder match for the Intercontinental title. And I mean, props to Diesel and Mabel for props to Diesel. He tried to get a good match out of Mabel. I won't diss both guys because, you know, they're just trying to do their job and all, but they had a horrible match. This match was awful. Then we go on to SummerSlam 1996. It's Shawn Michaels versus Vader for the title. I think this was the show where Vader was supposed to win, but instead they went with Michaels. And I don't think it was a bad match at all. I actually think it was a good match. That's all I can say. I thought they had a good match. No complaint. You're not gonna hear a complaint from me. SummerSlam 1997. Undertaker versus Bret Hart for the WWF Championship with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. The storytelling in the match and the action itself, I loved it. I watched the match and it was a fun match. I can't say anything bad about it, and I like that Bret won. There was the story, it kind of blended well. And I was just glad in 1987 that the Undertaker got a proper run with the title because he earned it. You know, it furthered the story of Undertaker, where we eventually got Kane, in the WWF. This also furthered the Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels rivalry, the Shawn Michaels and Undertaker rivalry. I liked the match. I really did enjoy it. I wouldn't call it an epic match, like Bret and Davey, but this was a very good match. This was a great match. And then we go to SummerSlam 1998. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker for the title. Oh, I'm on the highway to hell. I think this was the match where I believe Stone Cold got a concussion. He actually got two concussions on back-to-back SummerSlam at 97, and he got botched pile driver by Owen Hart, broke his neck. I believe he got a concussion here at SummerSlam 98. Or did he get the broken neck? I got 98. He got the concussion in 97. Regardless, even with either a broken neck or concussed, these two put on a great match. It was a great match. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a lot. So I give it a great. I think it was a great match. SummerSlam 1999. It was a triple threat for the WWF Championship. Triple H versus Mankind versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, with Jesse Ventura as the referee. The build was one of the most confusing things I'd ever seen about this show. That was one of the most confusing and twisted twists and turns of the build. But we got the match, and I remember it being a good three-way, a dance for the title. Oh, and it's weird because I'm pretty sure everyone wanted Austin to win. I don't think anybody wanted Triple H to win, and Mankind was like a dark horse in the match. And when Mankind won, it got a delayed reaction in a way. Like when Mankind pinned Austin and to win the match, it was like, oh yay, because people still loved Mankind and everybody loved Mick Foley, but I don't think that, and they were happy to see one of the faces win, but I don't think they were expecting Mankind to be the one to win. It was a weird reaction, but from what I remember about SummerSlam 1999, this main event, I think it was a great match. I enjoyed the match. SummerSlam 2000, it is Kurt Angle versus Triple H versus The Rock for the WWF title. I think Kurt Angle, it was with that this was the show, I think it had that pedigree where Triple H was going to pedigree Kurt Angle through the table, but the table collapsed before he could deliver the move. So Angle was like knocked out for that match. And I remember it being in a pretty alright match. And it kind of started with just Angle and Triple H brawling, and Angle's out of it. Rock comes in, and then you see it's just Triple H versus The Rock, and then Kurt Angle comes back, and now it's a 3-way for the title. I think it was a good match. And I had fun with it. I watched it a lot, and I think it was on one of the DVDs I own. I think it was Greatest Championship Match, Greatest WWE title matches, I think. I could be wrong. But I had fun watching it. And for the first time ever, I ever looked up who won that match. So when I saw it, I was having fun. And I was just bouncing up and down like an idiot just watching it. And it was nice. SummerSlam 2001, Booker T versus The Rock for the WCW Championship. Okay, now we're in the Invasion. I think Steve Austin versus Kurt Angle should have main evented this show. That was a great main event. That was a great match they had, despite the fact that it ended in a DQ. So I guess they just wanted the show to end with somebody winning, so they chose Rock to defeat Booker T for the title, for the WCW title. First off, Rocky with the big gold. I low-key kind of liked it. I really liked it, the way he looked with that title. Now, it's not a bad match, but I think it was an okay match. This definitely did not scream main event of SummerSlam. It didn't. But the next one, it did. SummerSlam 2002 for the Undisputed Championship. It is The Rock versus Brock Lesnar. Oh my god, I love this match so much. This was an epic match, in my opinion. I had a lot of fun watching this match. SummerSlam 2002 overall was a stacked show. Shawn Michaels' return. Rey Mysterio, O's pay-per-view debut. Ric Flair versus Jericho. Oh, yeah. Eddie Guerrero, Owen Edge, Benoit, RVD for the IC title. Oh, just a bunch. I think overall it was a great show. Definitely screamed best SummerSlam of all time. It is the best SummerSlam of all time, in my opinion, 2002. But the main event, they had to try and find a way to do as good as all those other matches. Rock and Lesnar did just that. And it ended with Lesnar winning the title. Well, just a few months into his run, and he's already the WWE champion. That was awesome. And this match did give us Hollywood Rock, and you can't go wrong with Hollywood Rock. Epic match. SummerSlam 2003, an Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight title. This was, I believe, the only time the Elimination Chamber was used at a SummerSlam. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Kevin Nash, Goldberg, and Randy Orton for the title. Goldberg was pretty much a machine in that match. And for Goldberg to lose to one sledgehammer shot by Triple H, who was doing the biker shorts thing at that time. I remember Triple H had those biker shorts on. Triple H winning, I think, was the wrong move. I think Goldberg should have won the match here. I mean, I think he won it the following month. He won the title the following month. At least at the following Raw pay-per-view, I know he won it. but I feel like it was too. But I feel like it was like too late. So I feel like they should have done it at SummerSlam for that bigger moment. So I think that does bump it down a bit. I still think it was a. This isn't really a chamber match. I hear many people talk about and I think it wasn't a bad chamber match. It was actually a really good match. So I'm gonna give it a high, good tier. SummerSlam 04 or Chris Benoit versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title. This is what you call a wrestling match. I enjoyed that match. Even though it'll never get acknowledged again, it was Randy Orton's first world title win, and ever he became the youngest world champion ever. It was a very awesome moment. And I don't even think the match was that bad, dude. It was a good match. So I'll put it in great. Honestly, I think it was honestly one of my highlights of SummerSlam 04. Or what else did it have? Triple H versus Eugene. For whatever reason, I remember the triple threat match for the Intercontinental title, Batista, Jericho, and Edge, where Edge got booed in his hometown of Toronto. At least I think that's where the show was. I know it was in Canada. I mean, Jericho, he's from Winnipeg. He got a good pop. Batista, even though he's the heel, he got I guess a mixed reaction. And Edge got booed in his hometown. I mean, yeah, we were leading towards the Edge heel turn then. Anyway, the Benoit match, he is Canadian, and he got I guess mixed reaction to booing. Randy Orton, but you know what? Randy Orton got his big moment in the sun. To shame what they did to him afterwards, but at that moment in time, it was beautiful. SummerSlam 2005, it's Legend versus Icon, Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels. This was an epic match. Just go watch that match. That was an awesome match. I laugh every time I see it. Just go watch it. SummerSlam 2006, it is Edge versus John Cena for the WWE title. And if Edge gets disqualified, he loses the title. That was the stipulation. And if I'm being honest, this was an okay match. It was an okay match. It was another Cena Edge match. That's all I can really say. It did lead to that TLC match the following month at Unforgiven, which was an awesome match. Which I think was, I'll say this was probably Cena and Edge's best match against each other, was that TLC match. But at SummerSlam, nah, I'm sorry, you guys, but they've had better matches. SummerSlam 2007, the first ever pay-per-view match between John Cena and Randy Orton, and it was for the WWE title. And I think this is probably one of Cena and Orton's best matches they've had against each other. Their first pay-per-view match against each other. And I remember watching it on John Cena's DVD, and yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was a good match. For a SummerSlam that was in a way plagued by injuries, and pretty much it was happening in the dark summer of 2007. I think this was a very good match. Definitely the best match on the show. SummerSlam 2008, Hell in a Cell match. Undertaker versus Edge. One, definitely a match, definitely a rivalry that definitely suited the Hell in a Cell environment. Edge, in a way, had nothing to lose going into that match, and I love the ending with Taker choke slamming Edge, and the fire raises. Edge got sent to hell in there. I enjoyed it. It was definitely one of my favorite Hell in a Cell matches ever. I put this in great. Where did I rank it in great? I'll put it in as my second favorite behind Taker and Hart, but yeah, you know what? This was a pretty good match. It was great. 8. SummerSlam 2009. This shows John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE title. That was not the main event of SummerSlam 2009. The main event was Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk in a TLC match, and that match was epic. That match, that was epic. That was an epic match. I love the TLC match. I loved Jeff Hardy CM Punk rivalry. One of my favorite rivalries of 2009 WWE. And if we're talking the Cena Orton match, it was alright. 2010 Team WWE, John Cena, Bret Hart, R-Truth, John Morrison, and Edge, Chris Jericho, and Daniel Bryan versus Team Nexus, Wade Barrett, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, David Otunga, Skip Sheffield, Michael Tarver, and Darren Young. Hopefully I didn't repeat the names there, but it was a tag team elimination match. I think it was a good elimination match. It was a good mix of different different talents in there. Or you had powerhouses, you had in-ring technician, and you had high flyers. Yeah, you had the whole 9 yards. But this was definitely the match that pretty much ended the whole cool factor of the Nexus. So the ending definitely hurts this match, but it's definitely still a good match. I still love going back and watching it, so it's a good match. SummerSlam 2011, John Cena versus CM Punk to determine the official undisputed WWE champion. Triple H was served as the special guest referee. You know, it was fine. It was a good match. I'll probably say the best match so far that's going in the good tier. It more than ways just felt like their Money in the Bank match again. And what happens post-match and the way the match ended. Cena got a foot on the rope. Oh, Triple H didn't see it. That was stupid. Kevin Nash comes in. Del Rio cashed in. But I'd take nothing away from this match. It's still a good match. I still recommend you can go watch that match. It was a good match. SummerSlam 2012, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. I think on paper this match should sound epic. I mean, you got a legend versus a legend. It's a beast versus the king. Should be awesome. But it just didn't feel awesome. I don't know what it really was. I watched it and if it was alright. That's all I can really say. It was alright. It was I think it was the best okay match on the okay tier. Or you know what, I'm gonna put. You know what, I'm gonna just change it up a bit. Yeah, okay. 2013 WWE title match: John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. I'm putting it here. Excellent match these two put on. I loved the end. I loved it. It's one of the biggest underdogs. It's one of the internet's favorite guys versus the face of the company for the top prize. It was a great match. Triple H again serves as the referee. The result, the finish, it was a clean finish. So I give props to Triple H for at least making sure there were no feet on the ropes during the 3 count. So props to him for that. And it has one of my personal favorite Money in the Bank cash-ins with Randy Orton and Triple H turning heel and Randy going full heel, and we see the rise of Daniel Bryan in the WWE. And it all started here at SummerSlam. And the match itself was awesome. What happened before, after, and the match itself, top tier stuff. SummerSlam 2014, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This was the night Super Cena died. What was it, 16-18 suplex as John Cena was served. Cena got squashed in that match. He got squashed. And it was one of my favorite squash matches. I think it was. Yeah, I'll say it. I think it was a great match. I think it was. I think it really was. I think it was a great match they had. SummerSlam 2015 is Undertaker versus Lesnar. Their rematch from WrestleMania 30. Ending was didn't really sell me much in the ending, but I did like it with Taker put it in Lesnar in the Hell's Gate and Lesnar just giving Taker the middle finger before passing out. That was cool. And given Taker's age, he was definitely doing very well. Oh, we got a very nice meme that comes out of the match. Just watch the match for that. That was cool. I think is one of my favorite. This is a great match at SummerSlam in 2015. 2016. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. Did you see the blood at the ending? Holy shit. I definitely when I think of SummerSlam 2016, I think of Styles and Cena. But I don't really remember I think of the Universal title match between Rollins and Balor. I don't remember much of Lesnar versus Orton, but I remember but I think it was a good match. I think it was, at least. I probably should have went and rewatched these matches before making this. shit. SummerSlam 2017. I watched this. I chose to watch this match yesterday. Fun fact, and it was a fatal four for the Universal title. It was Brock Lesnar. It was the Beast Brock Lesnar, Monster Among Men Braun Strowman, the Big Dog Roman Reigns, and the Samoan submission machine Samoa Joe in a fatal four for the Universal title. That's a lot of big men in that match, and that match, it was chaotic. It was fun. Crowd was on the edge of their seat the whole time, and I loved that. They were this. Strowman destroys all three announce tables on Brock Lesnar, and Lesnar still found a way to win the match. This is what I call a great match. It was a great match. That's all you can really say. Go watch it. It's on YouTube. Go watch the match. It was fun. I had fun with it. SummerSlam 2018 for the Universal title. It is Lesnar versus Reigns. Part I don't remember. It was a quick match. That's what it needed to be. A quick match turned into a quick finisher fest. And at least it ended well with Brock Lesnar's Universal title reign coming to an end. I remember seeing that, and I popped, even though Roman and Reigns is a heel. I still popped for him winning. Should have happened at Everyone was thinking it was gonna happen at WrestleMania, but it didn't. I'll say it was good. It was a match. This was the match that needed to happen. It was the match they had to do. Just a quick match. Hit your signatures. Hit your finishers. And I think I also like the element of the chances of, ooh, is Strowman gonna cash in? Is Strowman gonna cash in? So that was nice. 2019, Lesnar versus Rollins for the Universal title, also in Toronto. And this match, I forgot a lot about this match. I don't remember much from this match. Even though I watched it recently, I don't remember what happened. So I mean, I guess I'll just put it right dab in the middle. I won't say it was a great epic match, but I won't say it was just a bad match. I'll just put it right in the middle. 2020 Strowman versus is the Fiend Bray Wyatt. This was known for Roman Reigns' return as a heel, which started the Tribal Chief thing, which led to the Bloodline story, which is the best story in wrestling today. I'll say this match was okay. It was an okay match. They had, because I don't remember much from the match, but the stuff I do remember was fine. And it always had the right ending, I think, with the Fiend winning, so there was that. SummerSlam 2021. It was Roman Reigns versus John Cena for the Universal Championship. I think it was a fun match. I think it was nice that they protected the finishers. I was thinking Cena should have survived one spear. No, I still think they should protect finishers, even though Cena hit a bunch of AAs and Roman Reigns still kicked out. I think they need to protect finishers. So I still think they should have So I think Roman winning was obviously the right decision to make. And yeah, I think it was a good match. last but not least, last man standing match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Lesnar flipped the Reign with a tractor. Something I did not expect to happen, and it just automatically turned into one of my favorite SummerSlam moments of all time. I give this. I'll say this was an epic match. I think this was one of Roman and Brock's best matches against each other. Overall, I think it was a good match. Great way for the show to end. Awesome visual. Nice back and forth action. And the part at the beginning where Lesnar throws a microphone and Roman Reigns perfectly catches it without even looking or flinching or hesitating. Chef's kiss. So that's my tier list. I think I agree with everything here. If you have a different opinion and on where some of these matches should be ranked, then let me know in the comments down below. With that being said, thank you for watching today's video. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. I'm Elliot. I'll see you next time. Peace. I am out. Goodbye, everybody.